No, I don't own any of the pictures and it didn't have an artist, so I'm sorry if you know who this is. My bad. That's all I gotta say. Okay, quick recap. Um, the sludge incident never happened with, Deku. He just told everyone, I hate you, and I'm going to UA no matter what. He said, I hate you all, I'm going to UA, and walked out. Then he researched places. He researched for Decamo Beach, the place he cleaned in canon with All Might, except for this time he will go there tomorrow. Today will be his day off. He's gonna rest for the rest of the day. Um, okay. Now that's enough for the recap. Let's go into the video. During these 10 months, he will meet someone that plans to go to UA. This was 1 week into the 10 months. This person was Kendo. Mineta is already dead, so he's not even going to be implemented into this story. Unless I actually want to add him back, I'll just erase it because I'm not adding how he died. During the 10 months, him and Kendo got close. Plus, they would train together sometimes. With 2 months left, and the beach was clean, so he texted Kendo to come and spar with him. She said yes, so him and Kendo would spar for 3 hours. So when he asked her to come spar, it was 3:30. When it was over, it was 6:30, so it was kind of dark. So Deku would ask her if he could walk her home. She would say yes. As they were walking, Kendo would grab his hand. So he would blush and then says, Kendo, why are you grabbing my hand? She would realize that she grabbed her hand, turn a little red and say, I'm so sorry, I'm sorry. I seriously wasn't thinking, I didn't mean to. They would continue walking for about a block. Then a man would come out of an alleyway with a gun and yell at them, telling them to give them your money. Telling them to give him your money. Deku said, we don't have any money, just leave us alone. Then the robber started walking to them. Then he put his hands on Kendo's shoulder. Deku felt something. It was anger, pure rage. So Deku punches the mugger in the face over and over and over again. He was beaten badly, barely recognizable, almost beaten to death. Kendo had to pull Deku off, and they called the police and left. Sorry, I was looking for where I'm at. They got to Kendo's house. When they got there, Deku asked her if she would like to go on a date. She said yes. 2 days later, they went to the movies, dinner, then they walked to the beach that they cleaned and sparred at. Deku then looks down, looks at her in her eyes, and then looks back down, and then asks her, will you be my girlfriend? Kendo says yes, so Deku goes to kiss her. Kendo goes in for the kiss. They kiss and hung out more and more, and then it got to the point where they would stay at each other's houses. No dirty stuff. Then the day of the exam came. They walked to the exams together. Deku wasn't paying attention because he was talking to Kendo. So he tripped. Except for this time, before Uraraka could catch him, Kendo enlarges her fist and catches him. Uraraka was a little bit weird, like, oh, I was gonna help, but it doesn't matter now. So she just walks away. Kendo did not go to the same school as Deku, so they will not sit near each other. Bakugo and Deku would sit near each other. Bakugo was just pissed that Deku was there, so he was rambling to himself about how Deku's a nerd and he shouldn't be here and he's the best. Why is he here? And President Mike comes out and Bakugo's still whining about it. And same thing goes as canon. Ida stands up and says that this is a mistake, blah, 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 stick in the mud. And then he turns around and points at Bakugo and says, and you, can you please be quiet? Some of us are trying to focus. Katsuki then stands up and yells at Ida to be quiet. And President Mike yells at both of them, saying, be quiet. And the last one's 0 pointer, kind of says it in the name, just an obstacle. And he goes, oh, okay. They sit down, they do their test. Deku would place, I think, fairly high on this because he had nothing else other than schoolwork, because he had no friends during middle school except for when he met Kendo. So I think he would do fairly well. Oh, and he wouldn't be taking the hero notes. He would do more of a mental jot down. When they got to the place, him and Kendo weren't actually in the same one. Kendo was in the one with Bakugo. Deku still was in the same one. Deku was walking his way to the front when Ida stepped in front of him and said, you shouldn't try to bother her. She's trying to focus. Deku goes, who? Then he points to a girl. And he goes, I didn't even realize she was there. I'm just trying to get to the front, man. Ida goes, oh, okay, my apologies, I'm sorry. Deku goes to the front and continues to do his stretches. And then as soon as the gates open, Deku instantly runs. Of course, Ida will scream, that's not fair, he's cheating. President Mike will go, there's no countdowns in a real battle, follow after that kid, go, 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 go. Ida would instantly pass Deku. But Deku would go to a different area where Ida wasn't at because Ida had speed to his advantage, which means he could take out most of the robots. Deku, by this time, it's 15 minutes in. I don't know how long it went for. We're just going to say it's an hour long. 15 minutes in, Deku has 20 points because I'm pretty sure Bakugo like 77 villain points in that time. So he would have 20 points, and Bakugo would be a little higher because he can use his explosions for momentum, and Deku hasn't figured out how to use his fire breath with the pyrokinesis to do that yet. I don't think he will be able to do that anyways. But, of course, he might get one for all. Anyways, so they would continue like this. Deku would actually save some people and get more rescue points. That's what actually would separate him and Bakugo. But when the 0 pointer comes, he's not strong enough to take down the whole 0 pointer. So he would just use his pre-built muscles he's got from training him and Kendo to lift up the rubble off of a girl that was stuck under it towards the end of it. There's only like 10 minutes left. He would help her out, carry her away from everything, and then would leave and go get like, I'm going to say 10 more points. By this time, he has 40 villain points, and because he saved Uraraka, and he saved some other people, he has like 70, I'm going to say 70 rescue points. What did I say, 40? So he would have 110 points, but since Bakugo really didn't have any competition like in the canon, he would still be where he was at. So I still would say he would get roughly around 77. I guess I should add Kendo too. Okay, Kendo does the same thing, except for she doesn't run off as soon as it starts. She was stretching and not thinking. But she goes around the same time as everybody else because she knows the door is open and he said go. So she ran with them. She would notice how there were some people faster than her with more explosive and destructive quirks, aka Katsuki Bakugo. And I'm guessing Sue was in there too. And like Dinky Kaminari, so I'm getting, I don't know which one Jiro was in. But anyways, Kendo would go away from everyone like Deku because she realized there's better people with stronger quirks and she's not going to be able to get points in this area. So she would go to the other area, destroying robots left and right. She would get around 40 villain points and 10 rescue points. So she would get 50 points, put in her, I would say, fourth. I feel like Ida would get more because of his speed. And Bakugo, of course, got second. And since he saved Uraraka, Deku did. He got first. So I'll quit that there. And then on their way, actually, no, it's 2 minutes. I'm going to stop it here because I'm going to keep going if I don't.